Cassie, she also testified that Diddy gave her friend, her former best friend, Carrie Morgan, a concussion by throwing a wooden hanger at her head.
Right. Well, I think that Cassie has done a great job. And then, that video speaks for itself. That if you think that's the only time that girl got her ass whooped, then something is wrong with you. And by Puff throwing a wooden hanger and knocking some girl in the head with and giving her a concussion, if that's the only thing that he's done, or you think that he's capable of doing, as far as to females, you're wrong. She is painted the picture that this dude, if he didn't get his way or he thought somebody was doing something to him, so he got that brat syndrome. He gonna do whatever he have to do in order to hurt them and injure them, far as these women are concerned. He did it to Misa. He did it to Kim. He did it to Cassie. He did it to girl Gina that we know of. That we know of. He was trying to beat one of those girls up on or MTV when they had that little program and stuff. One of the what was it, dance coordinators or something like that? Yo, my man dude got a temper. And he gets violent. She's just painting the picture. Like I'm not the only one. And they done a good job in showing that. I think the prosecution has done a great job in showing that. Now the defense has to say, well, he gets mad, he gets angry, but he's not harmful. What? One of the makeup artists said he was somewhere, he bust her mouth, bust her nose, the whole 9 yards. They made her stay in the hotel for weeks. But this case is not only about, and you can't go to jail for the domestic violence. The feds, that's nothing to do with the feds and nothing like that. And that stuff is old. They just painting a picture that if you don't do what he say do, and the sex paid that they doing, the sexapade they doing, the sex trafficking thing, if you don't do what he say, that you could end up hurt some kind of way. And that's the picture they're painting.
Yeah, she testified that Diddy paid her friend off too.
Mm-hmm. Because he didn't want it to go nowhere. Because he know he could have been sued in court for that. People trying to portray this, like you got people out here saying free Diddy now, and like this dude, don't deserve to go through what he went through after all the shit he's done to people, bruh. Karma is a mother. If it don't get to your kids or your closest relative, it'll make its way back to you. And this time it's made its way back to him. And I really want to believe that there's people in the other life that's not going to let him win this. I really believe that.
Yeah, she also said that she believed that Diddy was attracted to her friend and they did drugs together.
And they probably did some more things together that she wasn't aware of. She probably didn't make it to the freak off because you got to understand, man, listen here. It's something that we all are creatures of habit. He dated Misa. Misa and Kim Porter was friends. I'll be sure to tell you the same story that I'm telling you. Misa and Kim Porter was friends. Kim Porter and Sarah was friends. Now I'm finna say all three of them is showing up in court, but Kim ain't here. Misa and Sarah are showing up in court. Misa says she's not showing up for Puff. She's showing up for her son, Justin. Sarah is showing up for Puff, and she's showing up for her daughter. Chance, I guess that's her name. But it looks like they supporting him. He probably was sleeping with, Cassie friend. Especially if they're not friends anymore. She probably was sleeping with him. Especially if she allowed him to pay her cash for hitting her in the head with a hanger and knocking her out. He had to throw the shit out that hanger, right? It's crazy. Yeah.
Speaking of Albie Shore, how you feel about that interview he did some days ago, where he said that he believed that Diddy was behind him having organ failure and him being in the coma?
Well, Al is my man. Me and Al is cool. Like, we go back from Mount Vernon when I used to see him coming to Eddie F's house, across the street from my aunt's house. Um, so Al was a good dude, you know what I mean? And if Al believes that, I believe that Al believes that. And I think it may have some truth to it because Puff may have used somebody to give Al something that could have caused that. There's a possibility. You know what I'm saying? There's a possibility that somebody in a good gesture may have gave Al something that was given to them from Puff, and he believes that.
So you think Diddy is that powerful that he can have something like that done from a distance?
Bruh, let me just tell you something, man. They have someone that are mutual. And if I give you something for you to have and you partake in it, isn't it possible you can get sick?
Yeah, absolutely.
Me and your cameraman, I gave you a bottle of bourbon. Your cameraman give you the bourbon. You get sick from the bourbon. He must got proof, bro. Because you got to realize Al is famous. Puff is famous. You can't make statements like that unless you got some proof. And I believe Al got some proof on that.
What you think about Albie Shore saying that he willing to testify against Diddy?
Well, if he have a reason to testify against Diddy, he can point out if they ever bring anything, and they said something about Kim Porter. If they bring up something about Kim Porter in one of these counts and everything like that, Al could testify that she was in the best of health. He had just spoke to him. He ain't no doctor or nothing like that. But if I'm speaking to you and we speaking and everything is okay and good and cool, and then next thing you know, you're sick. Then what, bro? The next day or two, you're sick and you dead. That don't look right. That don't seem right. What the hell has happened? I'm gonna think something is wrong. You understand what I'm saying? I'm gonna think something is wrong. And I'll believe something is wrong. If he spoke to Kim 2-3 days and she was fine, no problems, how the hell pneumonia kill you like that? And they said she died of pneumonia.
How you feel about Albie Shore's son showing up to court supporting Diddy after Albie Shore came out accusing Diddy of putting him in a coma?
Quincy has had a long relationship with Puff. Puff has spoiled Quincy as if he was his own. I used to hear rumors that Puff had adopted Quincy and he didn't, because you would have to find Al B. Sure and take his parental rights away. And or he could have married Kim and he became his father that way. But Puff was never Quincy's father. He was just a man that took care of Quincy and his mother. So Quincy has a relationship with him. He has opened some doors for Quincy. So I don't see anything wrong with Quincy supporting him in that way. But if it came down to my personal belief, Quincy is brainwashed as the rest of those people are that be around him, just as brainwashed. So I could see him going to the trial.
Damn, you think Diddy got him brainwashed?
Yeah, yeah. But I think that he's going to see the light. I think Quincy is going to see the light and going to understand that uh, Al is a good dude. And because of his mother, Al did not go at Diddy and go back at Diddy. Because Al, he may not have had as much money as Diddy, but Al had enough dudes in the street that would have went to war with Al.
How you feel about Cassie testifying that Diddy would take her phone, iPad, and computer for punishment?
Like she was a kid, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like, damn.
Puff treated her like a kid, so she could, they took that so she couldn't get in contact with nobody, bro. Let nobody know. You know what I'm saying? That wasn't just a punishment that she did something. How you do something wrong? You're a grown ass woman. That's probably after one of them freak offs and got one of those beatings that now she can't take pictures with her iPhone, and now she can't take pictures or put nothing and show somebody and save it. First thing happened. Look, Kim Porter comes up dead. You don't see no iPhone, no computers, no nothing. Why? Did the security take her stuff? All this shit is going to open up a whole can of worms on some other things. And dude going to wish he had did what Benjamin Bradford told him in the first place. Get that girl $10 million and let her go about her business. And none of this stuff would have came up. Not like it did.
What you think about Cassie testifying that Diddy accused her of having an affair with Michael B. Jordan?
Well, if you done freaked the girl out that much, you think that she gonna freak off with anybody. And if a dude like Michael B. Jordan is in South Africa and he run into Cassie, what else he gonna think? Especially if she was seen with him. He done showed her how to get fellatios. He done showed her how to freak. He done did all this shit to her. Why wouldn't he think that she'll pick and choose somebody that she probably want to be with?
She also testified and revealed that she got a urinary tract infection from freak-offs and she got sores on her tongue.
Man, listen to me. Those people were having unprotected sex. They was having unprotected sex that it's a guy named Jonathan Odie. Jonathan Odie was the guy who came out with all this information about the freak off over 6 or 7 years ago. He ran into Trump's place and shot it up. The feds took him up at one of Trump's headquarters and shot it up. The feds took him into custody. He started telling his story. He told the story about Khaled, Ross, and Diddy, and Cassie. He said in the interim of that, he contracted herpes and other stuff. He sued Puffy and Cassie and them. He threatened to sue them and stuff like that. They wrote him a check for $2 million. This was proven by the federal government because he had zero money in his bank account one day, and 2 weeks later, he had over $2 million, and he bought 2 properties. One property worth 440 some thousand, and another property worth like 800 some thousand. So the man got $2 million from somebody somewhere. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So now, for you to think that Cassie had those sores, somebody else had those sores too, one of their sex workers, that he got $2 million from them for having it. So I believe that. She got a witness that said that he contracted that from them and was paid off.
And Jonathan Odie, if I'm not mistaken, he was the white guy, right? That was a sex worker for Diddy and Cassie.
Yeah, I think he's Middle Eastern. He Middle Eastern. You know what I'm saying? He Middle Eastern.
Yeah, he look crazy now, yo. I mean, I wonder what they seen in him.
Bruh, you talking about now. You know what I'm saying? We all look crazy with years and age and stuff on that. But if you seen some of his pictures back in the day, you understand? They did it. They picked him from his pictures from back in the day. But now he been sitting in a prison eating prison food. You know what I mean?